Okay, guys, we are live. So it's a little bit of a lag on the video. This is the first time I'm trying this in YouTube, so hopefully everything goes well. Okay, guys, we are live. Right, so if you're with me today, this is our first live stream onto YouTube. So I'm going to be going through our Facebook group and the questions. Any questions that are on there, I'm going to try and answer them. If any come up in the chat, if you guys want to chat, then that is fantastic. So I've got my window open on the other screen so I can see if chat's coming. If not, I'm just going to work my way through some of the questions that we've got inside of our group. So let's start. So we got a few posts in here selling online workshops and people talking about that things. Yeah, we got, can we add more than one category to a blog post? I've been trying to add second categories to some of the posts, but it's not sticking. So it should all be okay. I don't know what's going on if it's not, because it shouldn't be a problem at all. Let me just go to site and we can have a look. So I'm going to share my screen now and we can view it there. So let's do this. All right. Okay, so I've got some blog posts set up here. And in fact, I've got blog categories set up. These are basically categories from the posts. So I'm going to jump into the admin and we're going to go and have a look at our site and our blog posts we've got in here. So here we go. So we've got blogs in here. So you shouldn't have a problem setting up a new category. If you're inside here, you need to remember to hit the return. So I've already got, as soon as you click in there, the categories that you've already got will kind of pop up. But if I was to put a new one, like intermediate surfing, and then I was to hit enter, that will stick in there. You need to make sure that you update it and save it. And now we've got a new category in there under that. So that's how you do it, pretty easy. And if I go to the surf site here, then under the blog posts, we've got this new category in here, intermediate. And because I've added it to it, there it is. So maybe it's just that you're not putting it in and not hitting the return, but it's pretty easy to set up the category there. So hopefully that's answered your question there. So I'm going to have a look at the next one. I'm not happy with the way my site looks and planning a total redesign. So I'm happy to buy a template, but most of the ones I see are single course landing pages. My site has multiple courses and hopefully I will be able to attract other instructors. So I would say, Mike, if you don't want to do it yourself, there are some VAs on here that we don't actually, there's no certified VAs that we actually say, although that could be coming pretty soon, so certified by us. However, there are some good ones in there. I guess people are going to put links in there. They have already, so I can see a few links have gone in there. But I always recommend that you sort of have a go yourself, because we have the tutorials.newzenler site. That's tutorials.newzenler.com. And in here, if you join our masterclass bundle, you're going to see inside there that you have access to quick start guide, and then anything else you need help on, you can go into the complete guide for Zenler. So that can really help you, Mike, to get used to it. And it's always good to have your own system. If you're getting stuck for the design and those things, that's a different matter. But definitely check out our tutorials, because there's loads. So we've also got here Let chat accounting software. So that's nothing really. I'll look at that later. Is there a time limit to withdraw the earnings that come from affiliates? Is there a fee? Is there a fee? Well, the fee is the percentage that you set the affiliate at. So if someone's selling your course for £100, as I'm in the UK, then if you've got 50%, then you owe them 50%. So it's £50. If you want to stop the fee or don't want to use the affiliate anymore or want to change the pricing, you can do that. You can just unregister them as an affiliate in your platform, and then and that's pretty easy. Let me just demo that to you. So I don't know if I've got any users in here, but basically, oh, I've got one here. So they would have the tag affiliate. So they would have this tag. So if you want to stop them from becoming an affiliate anymore, you just hit, obviously, contact them, tell them, and you just click that and you update, and then they don't become an affiliate anymore. So that is that there. So pretty easy. So Elisa has needing a bit of help. The automations that I set up to remind people of the live Zoom, a link that is outside of Zenler, was only sent to one person that enrolled in my course. The reminder is live and there are no filters attached to it, just a general message to the group. I can't work that out really. Yeah, so there's an update. So an hour later, maybe it came out. So yeah, but if you're setting up your automations and you haven't got any filters and it's going to a group or the whole email list, then it will fire out to them. So maybe there was a time delay thing, because I know PST have changed to daylight savings. So I changed all my timings for lessons and things. So that is that sorted. So I've also got another one here from Stephanie Davis, who basically asking for a bit of help with beautiful modern site and landing pages. We are always going to try to add more templates to Zenler so you can drag and drop them straight in, all beautiful designs and stunning themes. So this is something that we will work on probably after launch. However, they might be going in there. In the meantime, she's asking for to see some examples. So some good examples on the site. I always say to have a look around on the internet, because you can usually make it happen in your site. So if you look at something, you can sort of copy it, kind of thing. And that's where inside the NZ Masterclass bundle, we've got ethically copy a site stroke course layout. So we take sites and we just turn them into Zenler sites. So it could be a WordPress site, could be anything, could be Drupal, could be anything at all. So that should help you out, Stephanie, with that. I've already answered a bit on there, and other people are giving some great examples. So that is cool. So here another question. Hi there, newbie here. I'm working on a webinar page, can't seem to cut, copy, paste. Is this how it is set up, or am I doing something wrong? It's quite tragic to have to retype everything. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty common question. I'm taking it that maybe the formatting's coming out wrong. You need to make sure that you're using a kind of basic editor. On a PC, that would be Notepad. And Notepad doesn't put any styling on something. So you can write out all your copy. Okay, you can't style it at all. You can then go in there and you can copy it and you can paste it. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Okay, so copy it from here, Control C, go into your site, put the cursor in position, press Control V. And that way it's not going to have any formatting. Now, people that have problems are usually copy and pasting from a document, like a Word document. And they format it in there. They put colors in there, they put bold in there, they put links in there sometimes, and then they copy it all and they dump it in the page. The problem with this is that the actual formatting that's happening in most of the formatting programs like Word word are actually going to take on extra code, and when you put it in there, it can really mess things up. So we always recommend using a plain text editor. Mac's got a version of that, plain text for Mac. So we always recommend trying that. Okay. And obviously Amit's put in there the shortcuts to copy and pasting, so you can do that. Good. With upcoming weekend forms and funnels workshop. Now I'm launching on Sunday, which I'm starting to work on, forms and funnels, and we're going to be looking at creating forms, how you can take information from that form and have it applied to someone who's submitting. So you're basically creating a lead so you can sell to them later. And we'll also be looking at funnels. So we'll be looking at ways that you can get funnels to operate, how you can create the actual funnel pages, how you can add to it, how you can delete to it, how you can set up automations. So how someone, when they register, gets a sequence of emails fired out to them. We'll also be showing how to create a button on the actual website so it takes them straight into the funnel. So all these things are going to be shown on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Sunday, the 21st of March. And I think that's 9:30 PST time, 9:30 a.m. in the morning. So our one in the UK is 4:30 p.m. in the evening. So we're going to be covering funnels, Jody. So that's going to be a good one for you. So that's good. Do you know how, if a client can download a receipt? No, we don't offer receipts, but generally I've done a video on this on our YouTube channel. So our fabulous YouTube channel, which we're constantly working on, we have things in here. And if I put in a search on receipts, I think I've put it in here. This is our little search box on here, and you click the enter, you're going to see that we have Stripe receipts. Now, PayPal, don't think it sends receipts out, but Stripe can send receipts out. So check that video out on our YouTube channel. Okay, that's youtube.com/c/Zenler. And you'll find all the info you need on Stripe receipts. It's something that we're thinking about in the system itself, but as it's a payment thing, it's going to come through your payment gateway. In this case, Stripe is our recommended choice. So that answers you, Valerie. Yeah, so Carrier's already put that, don't pay through Stripe PayPal. The receipt should come through them rather than NZ, I think. Yeah, Carrie, yeah, you're spot on. So next one I've got is, hi all, I have a corporate membership and staff come and go, and I have to be able to report monthly and yearly. Is there a way to stop delegates accessing the site without unenrolling or deleting them? Yeah, you can just basically change their user role from whatever it is to lead. And if they're a lead, they can't access the site. You can re-add them later, Catherine. So that sets that up. Phoenix has given a big shout out to the team of Zenler. So that was really nice of her. She attends lots and is very proactive on the group. Thanks, Phoenix. Legend. Next, we have in here the live workshops. So on the group, you're going to see this live workshop. So it's telling you about it, forms and funnels. And Kevin's running a one as well. We'll talk about that later. Right, Ronnie's put something from when you set up a second sarched. I don't know what that is. That's obviously something that Amit knows about because he's answering, so that's great. I like this. This is a good one. So we got a nice one here from Beephash, and this is quite interesting because he's got a video and he's got some nice little bit of animation with this word. If you notice, it's kind of going, kind of flashing in and out, and he's asking how you can do that, how you can create that sort of specific animation. It's actually really easy if you know kind of video editing softwares. He's asked if it can be created in Camtasia. Not really. They don't have that kind of thing. I think they've got a burn in there, but it doesn't really look like that. How I would do it is to use Adobe After Effects, which I use. I use quite a few different video editing software packages. You could also use Final Cut Pro. You could also use Adobe Premiere, though there's less effects in there. I'd go with After Effects. There's obviously, you can get someone to do it for you, and they'll send you a file that you can remove the background, and then you could add it that way. So that could be one way of doing it. So Amit's put in there, you can use Filmora X as well with a glitch effect, which is what it is, a glitch effect. So yeah, couldn't think of the name. Right, okay, so this is a nice one as well. We've got one from Ankush Chopra. And what is the ideal size of an image that you put in SEO section? I have put my logo and it is not displaying fully when I share the page. Unable to figure out the best size. So this is quite an interesting one. But I would say go with your course size. So if I go into here, and you go over here, 860 by 480, or that ratio would be good. If you think of, I always do it bigger. So my default go-to size would be HD, 1920 pixels wide by 1080 height. If you use that, they'll drop in nicely. Now you can use other ones. Like if I go to my pages here, let's go to pages and bring up just one of these pages, doesn't really matter which one. Let's go to this one. You can actually load different size images in, and it should fit. It shouldn't break it, because when you upload it, Zenler will actually resize it to fit in the block. So I don't know how you've managed to snip part of your logo off, unless it was too close to the edge. Always allow a little bit of white space around the outside, so you can actually, so it can actually snip it if it has to. So in the SEO settings here, you can see I've got my Surf Dude logo in here, but if I change this over and put another logo in here, or I grab one of these images, it's going to drop in fine. You can see. Let's go and grab an image from my computer here. So I've got some set. These are all HD format. So if I took this, 1920 by 1080, and then I just click and drag this to kind of crop it, or don't bother cropping it at all. Let's not bother cropping. So I'll do upload there, and you're going to see it comes in lovely there, you know. So just allow a little bit of room left and right, you know. Try and make it that kind of HD, that not, you know, the 16:9 format or 1920 by 1080, and you should be fine. Or stick with the course card sizes, and that should sort you out. So hopefully that sorted you out. Good. I typically, right, next question from Rob Montgomery. I typically lead class groups through my course over 6 to 10 week period. I need guidance for progress tracking of groups. Now, I answered this, and my answer for it was to actually tag people at certain intervals as they progress through the course. So, for instance, if I go into the site, go to courses, and we go in here. I don't think I've got many sections in this curriculum. Let me just have a look. I've got 2 curriculums. All right. So you could go into automations here and set up a sequence. So if I go from enrollment date, and I just edit this, just come in here. I'm going to set a new one up just to sort of show you. We can add an action. We can go and send an email or add a tag. What am I doing? Sorry, that should be under this one. Course completion email sequence. Let me just add a rule here. So you would go to on lesson completion or on course completion. So you probably go lesson completion, okay? And then you're in here and you could add a tag on here when they complete a lesson. So you can go to here and go, right, they complete a lesson there, and we click save to that, add an action to that. So on that first lesson, you're going to add a tag. Oh, yeah. So you add a tag in there. Apologies, guys. I'm trying to work with this and I'm messing it all up. So on lesson completion, we can add a tag. Select the lesson, save the changes. That's why it wasn't working. Now I can add a tag. So I go in there and add a tag. So I could put tag first completed. And then what you're going to see is in your students, you're actually going to see that tag appear. So make it descriptive. So when you go into your student area, we're going to cover this in one of the workshops, so it can get a little bit tricky. But you're basically seeing here a tag first completed. And then on the next lesson, you could then remove first completed and put second completed tag. So then you could come into here, filter based on the course, and then you could see exactly where each of them are. That was my workaround. The conversation went on a little bit, like really good to show a report so I can see a bar graph and all these things. We haven't got that yet, but that might come at some stage. So we got Dominic's received his swag, so that's really cool. He's got his Zender t-shirt, brilliant. Right, so we got Lydia, and I did a landing page for leads offering an ebook. I have Newsender Pro, pop-up is on. Despite getting people's emails, they're not asked to verify the email. Well, if people, they're not asked to verify the email because despite getting people's emails, they're not asked to verify the email. Yeah, we haven't got a verification. I mean, if they're signing up for something, then they're not going to get anything if they put a fake email in there. So maybe make sure that they go to the next step if it's a funnel or something, and they go to the next step with a link in there to that next step. That way they can't jump across. Like lots of people do like forms and it goes to a thank you page, and the thank you page contains a download link. That's a really bad idea for a couple of reasons. One is you're going to get people just putting fake emails all the time. The other thing is that if they do put fake email in, they're still going to get the freebie that you're offering. So by actually forcing them to actually go into an automated sequence, then they're actually receiving an email with a link to the freebie or whatever you're giving away into a landing page or those sort of things. So that's how I would do it. That way they're verification themselves. If they put a fake one in, they're not going to get the information. So you're going to cut down the fake email addresses. All right, so hopefully that helps. You could also tag them as well. So if they go and pick it up, you could actually tag them that they've picked it up, that they've received that email through the next step. So that could be a way of filtering out fake ones. Hopefully you shouldn't get too many people. I don't get many people ask for that kind of thing. Right. Next one we have is hi Newsender fans. So we got anyone here set up a whiz and designer guru who can take on a small Newsender project. So lots of people are asking for people to actually help with their sites, and lots of people are putting links in and things like that. And we don't really like people trying to promote to people of the group. We're trying to give the group a very safe feeling. So we have taken that into account, and we are going to set up a certification program that you can enlist to. And this will alleviate anybody putting links on that are not actually certified. We're going to stop it completely. Nobody's going to put any of those links in there. So that's going to be coming up at some point to be announced. Certification. Right, here we go. We got one from Michelle here. Hello, everyone. I did see a post, but can't find it. Is there any one-to-one support with using Zender? I'm lost on emails. parts of a funnel. Michelle, make sure I've actually put a link in there to the funnels and forms. Make sure you jump on any of the challenges or lives that are going on. Definitely make sure that you go to tutorials.newzenler.com and you sign up for the NZ Masterclass bundle. This will give you access to the quick start guide, which is what you need. It's kind of our onboarding. It takes you through the very basics of setting your site up. It creates a site and you create a course, and you'll see in there that actually that took 2 hours to do. That's how quick it is. The longest part is actually getting the content together. And from that point, you'll have a good grounding, a good solid grounding to actually carry on to the complete guide to Zenler. And the complete guide to Zenler, inside it's got search functionality, so that you can actually search through videos. And we're always looking for innovative ways to make finding videos or topics easier. You'll also notice that on our YouTube channel, we have tons of videos in here to help you guys out as well. There's loads of videos in here on everything. Again, we're looking, you can use the search in here to search for videos on our channel. And we're also we're looking at a new way that we're going to announce where you can actually search through a video index of everything, find information very, very quickly through using transcriptions. So that's going to be announced at some point as well. That's hot off the press for you. Right, so Addy has put, in the future, would it be possible to upload your own fonts to New Zenler? That would be pretty cool. I think, yeah, as colleague has written here, custom fonts are planned, so you'll be uploading your fonts. You're going to have to remember when you upload your fonts that you make sure you upload the whole font set for both Mac and PC. At the moment, we are using Google fonts and they can be pulled across, but you'll probably be uploading your own fonts. You need to be a little bit careful when you're doing this because some browsers and platforms won't display the font that you've chosen. So you need to have a little bit of knowledge on that. We've already got tons of fonts in there from Google, so I don't really see it being that important personally. But people have asked for it, so there you go. So when you do your branding for your font, you should be making sure that you use a font that's pretty, pretty lots of people use it, so that you don't have this problem and you never encountered it in the first place. So Catherine now has got a question. She said, I have just watched a video on recreating inline forms, which refers to custom form fields. Is there a way to create custom field types in a student profile as a default? No. So you're looking for someone when they sign up to have certain form fields under their account settings? No, I don't think that's possible at the moment. So I am provided with information in a CSV and corporate customer. So I want to be able to upload data and populate. You might be able to do that, something similar to that inside of using Zapier. Gonna have to look into that one. That's an interesting one because you can set up forms and you can put custom field types in there. And when you actually, someone fills out all that information, submits it, that data does get held in there. So there's probably a way that we could do that, Catherine. I'm gonna have to look into that one. It's an interesting one. So anyone else having trouble with blog section not showing branding fonts and color? We've got the default fonts with the blogs, and I think we've covered this on Monday. You can change the colors, that's no problem inside your blog. If you're in your blog, let me just go to a blog. Come in here. So you can go in and select here and go to your colors and change them, no problem. But there is a default font. Now I'm going to do a workaround. It basically means including some inline stuff in the HTML, and then you can do it. Remember, this is revision 1 of the blog, okay? We are working on making this better and better and better. It was basically to get you to be able to create your blogs and get it out there, but we will be adding to it. And this might come in the form of the branding tab. And I'm not sure because I'm just guessing this, but I think that they'll probably put it under branding, and they'll probably expand on this blog section down here or up here to be able to change the blogs, or they might bring it across. I'm not sure how they're going to work that in there, but it is coming across. So guys, I think that's about it for today. So it's only a half an hour one. I think all the rest of the questions are like quite old. I'll just have a quick look. Need a solution or hack? B2B. No, that's all looks good. I'm just going to check if I've got any questions coming in. Or they might bring it across. I'm not sure how. So, no questions. So we got 9 of you watching. Do you want to say something in the chat just so I can see the chat's working? Any of you? I want to do this regularly thing on YouTube, but I need a little bit of interaction here so I know that everything's working as it should. So I'll just put say hi. Okay. I really wanted to stream to YouTube because of you guys that have subscribed. So I want you to be seeing things happening on this channel as well. Not just to Facebook. We already do office hours Monday, and we run we run any lives that we do into Facebook group, which is great. But there's a lot of people. I mean, I'm totally a YouTuber, really. I don't really do it much. Brilliant. So Eramit's put in there, hi, that is fantastic. Good. So it is working, so I can see the chat. So if you've got any questions, you can put them in there. We're going to get a bit of traction. Obviously, this is the first time I've done this onto the YouTube channel, and I really didn't put it out there. I want to do a video on YouTube saying that this is coming up and these sort of things, so it hits the people. And also I want to do more posts on Facebook, getting people across. As it's the first one, I'm quite glad there's not too many people. So that's good. Oh, Carol, brilliant. So you're on here as well. So I'll get some feedback from you guys as well, what you think of it being on YouTube or on Facebook. So yeah, so I think I've covered everything that I want to in here. I don't see anything else. Yeah, Bibhash has put email marketing. She wants to do the following. I want to send 3 to 4 max to a new sign up. So you can't really, you could have attendees, I guess, through a live and set it up. Yeah, so if you wanted a certain amount to go into automation for the sign up, you're talking about webinars. If it's a webinar, you can set the amount. So if I was to come into a live and create a live interactive webinar and just set one up here, let me just go to this. You're going to see that you can actually have a maximum amount of attendees. So I could put 4 in there, and then I would only get 4. And after that point, the registration page would kind of lock out and you couldn't go in there. So that's a way that you could do it. And then once they're in there, you can then run automations once you've got your theme set up, once you've got it all set up. Like in this one here, if I go to automations, that can all then be automated in there using automations. I'm going to talk quite a bit about automations and stuff on Sunday. So if you guys are interested, definitely jump on. So Eramit, I do have a question. What's your question? Let's see if I can answer it on here. Well, one thing's for sure, this is a lot slower than Facebook on the responses. What I think I might do at some stage is do an all-day session. I'll just be on here all day and grab questions as they're coming in. Right, okay, I've got a good one here. While I'm waiting for Aramit to send a message, I've got Victoria. She says, how do I get to preview as a student? We've got an Arsender on that. So if I was to put test in here, you'll get logging in as a student. Got two methods for doing that. If you want to just see your site, remember that you can always go in and you can preview things. So if I was to go into the site and then I was to go into the page, I can click in here and I can just preview that page. So if I click there, I can preview. Okay, but that's not as a student. So if you're logging in as a student, you want to set yourself up under here. You can just add yourself as a user. You can see I've set myself up as a student, and then you can log in. So generally to log in, I would go to incognito mode. So I would copy this URL. I would come in here. This is Google Chrome, which is our default browser we prefer people to use. We go to new incognito window, paste it in there. And then you're brand new, you can just go in here and you can log in as a student. So that's how we do it from there. So hopefully, Victoria, that's helped you. So Erimit hasn't asked the question yet. Post it on the Facebook group, because I think I'm going to end this now. We've been going for just over half an hour. So it's all run out okay. We're going to see the response. So if you want to put responses, how this went, if you like it better than the Facebook group, let me know on here. And then I can revert back to Facebook next week, or I can keep it with our YouTubers. Okay, guys. So that's kind of the end of it. Our first proper live. And I'm glad to see it's all working. So I can see that it's all showing up. So I'm going to end this now, and I bid you farewell. Definitely make sure that you look out and come across to the funnels that we're doing, the funnel course. I'm going to put a link in there so you guys can see. So I've been talking about it, and you probably like, where is it? I can't find it. So I'm going to put that in there in the chat now. Funnels and forms. And this is the registration link for it. Oh, okay. Oh, Frank, that's good. So because I'm in slow mode, it's taking longer. Thank you, Frank. I will correct that next time for sure. So cheers, guys, for turning up. I'll make sure slow mode is turned off next time. I guess slow mode is really good if you've got hundreds of people, but if you've only got 7, it's not really going to make, it's going to slow things down. So next time I will do that. It's all about learning. So guys, again, bid you farewell, and hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday in the forms and funnels workshop, which is going to be probably, well, it's going to be 2 hours. You know, who am I kidding? There's a lot to cover. There's going to be a lot of questions. It's going to be 2 hours. I'll allow for 2.5, but yeah, it's going to be a big one. So generally with these longer workshops, what I do is I stop after an hour. I just give myself a little bit of a break and I come back and join it again. That seems to work quite well. It's all recorded and there's replays. So if you can't make it, there will be a replay and we'll post that on the Facebook group. Okay, guys, so I'll see you around, and that's the end of my Wednesday live Q&A.